Nick is architect and is owner of the firm Atelier Krouwel. And I'm sure you will give insights about what you are doing, and especially about handling without tools. So Nick, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Gilbert. First of all, I hope you see it all full screen, or you see the double screen.
Perfect, perfect.
Perfect, okay. So first of all, thanks the organization, Gilbert and Pierre, for organizing the event about the interesting topic. It's also evident that it proves that there's a growing interest in sustainability and wood as a building material. So therefore, I'm honored to be part of the community and add to the topic. So my presentation, entitled One Tool for a Complete Building, the Resolution of Joinery, it focuses on my academic research at the TU Delft, and then how I took those interests and theories into actual practice under my name, Atelier Krouwel. So I will just start with a short introduction of myself. Then I will start explaining the research I did at the TU Delft by using two academic projects, the SCUBE project and the Hem City project, which together formed my graduation for my master's. And then I will take you through the process of two other projects, Microlofts and the Plus Shelving System, which I realized under my own practice, but have the influence of my previous research. So let's start with a short introduction. So for most people who actually don't know me, I'm Nick Krouwel, and I'm an architect and design engineer based in Amsterdam. I completed my bachelor's and master's at the Technical University of Delft, so kind of homegrown here. During my studies, I also studied at MIT Boston and ETH Zurich, and there I experienced the benefits of digital fabrication. These skills, they enabled me to actually prototype products and create architectural models, and therefore I felt liberated to put my ideas into reality, to turn fiction into fact. After my graduation in 2018, I moved to Amsterdam, where I started my own practice, Atelier Krouwel, and I started with several smaller furniture projects using CNC milling techniques. After I completed a renovation project of a historic wool warehouse in the city of Leiden, here in the Netherlands, where you can see some pictures of the project at the bottom of the page. And currently I'm a lead architect for an entirely new build project for a flagship store for the Dutch caravan brand, Kip Caravans, which already started construction and will be mostly constructed in bio-based materials, primarily timber and in cross-laminated timber. So the construction is planned to be completed in the summer of 2022. So when the time is there, I hope to share a bit more of that to you all. So that's me. So let's talk a bit about my graduation project. I actually split it in two projects: the SCUBE, which is more about the research, and then the Hem City, which is kind of the appliance of the research and the building system onto a specific location. So SCUBE, it stands for the system of cubes, and in the research I focused on the mass customization of urban housing using a building system on the principles of the open building. And my interest started with this image, and this image symbolizes the principles of current housing, which is defined by standardization. And it's based on efficient construction in terms of time and money. And actually, I thought to myself, why do all these houses look so similar while every household and every person is said to be so unique and is so different? So here's a diagram showing the development of housing. And there is big development companies that supply the market. And the eventual user, pictured here on the right, has actually no influence on what's being built, and it has to stick with what is being built and supplied on the market. So I concluded that there is a certain mismatch between the developer and the user. And as an architect, I thought, could I create a smart design solution to solve the mismatch using some kind of building system to actually make it work for both different parties. So in contrast to the building sector, there are many other industries like the automotive, product design, fashion, or electronics that already focus on the diversity of people's demands. And for a solution, I was intrigued by the process of mass customization. And here in this diagram, you can still witness the top-down process, similar to the diagram that I showed before. But the most important aspect here is that the final end user is able to take part in the production process of the final project by enabling or allowing to customize the final project by changing some variables. And in terms of circular economy, it's even interesting to think of a circular process instead of a linear one, where a design-driven developer here in the middle remains involved even after realization of the project. This demands the product to be adaptable to the changing needs of current or even new users. To put this into an architectural design, I was inspired by the principles of open building. I read the novel Supports by John Habraken, and I was introduced to support structures and infill systems. So in his novel, he thinks or writes about permanent structures, support structures that are based on human dimensions, and more flexible infill systems that actually adapt the needs of the user within the structure. And the fun thing about the novel is that it's only written, which actually stimulates the designer's fantasy. As you can see here in the picture, this is only one image of how you could think of a support structure with a flexible infill system. So now let me take a chance to take you through the design of this cube system using a few diagrams. So here you can see a pixelated axonometry of the support structure, which is thought of to be in a cross-laminated timber. And those pixels could be divided into different volumes. So you could have the single pixel is supposed to be a house unit of around 30 to 40 square meters. And if the household grows, you could add different pixels together. So the volume of the house actually grows, and you could have different configurations of that. So people who know the game Tetris, it actually looks quite similar to that. So that's how you divide up the support structure. And here is a diagram of the flexible infill system, which creates the floor plans and the configuration of the interior, where building blocks could easily add walls, or even when the volume of the support structure gains, like here in an example of 3 pixels wide, The infill system also adapts to that and adds to the floor plan. The other way around, it could also decrease to the changing needs of the household, and materials could be used again somewhere else in the support structure. So here's a diagram of the support structure, which is also malleable into different shapes. It could be extended into height or extended into length. You could easily go around corners, so you could create building blocks and an atrium inside, or could even create a sloped roof to add to the urban context. So with this system, it's actually a two-layered system. You could create various shapes. And this is a diagram of the final product of my graduation project, where you could see three different topologies showcased on a piece of heritage. On the bottom, you see the tower. In the middle, the high-density building block. And on the left, the more longitudinal, the low-density building block with the atrium inside and the sloped roof. So that takes me to explain the project, the Hem City, which is the appliance of the building system onto site. The site is in the metropole of Amsterdam. It's on the Hembrugterrein, which is part of the western port of Amsterdam. And the city council plans to create more space for housing in this area for the upcoming 10, 20, or even more years. So the Hembrugterrein used to be a military ground. It was actually a secret place, not known to many people. No one was allowed there until only 10 years ago or so. It's a beautiful area. I recommend visiting it. It's with beautiful pieces of heritage. And there used to be, or there still is, a munition factory. It's the long building at the bottom, close to the river canal, and which is now actually the Cultural Institute, the Hem. And while I was working on the project, the Hem was actually starting at that time, which was funny because there were also different plans made for the building. So I actually incorporated those plans into the design of the project, where the existing building, the piece of heritage, remains its program as a cultural venue. Then there will be a table structure piercing through the cultural heritage, creating another public level on the roof of the existing building. And on that table structure, there will be this cube system in the three different building blocks. So here you see a close-up of the boulevard along the canal, the Hem, with the entrance, the interesting landscape on the roof, and with the residential building system on top. Here you could see a close-up of the structure piecing through the building. And here a more close-up of the building block above, where you could see the atrium in the middle, allowing daylight to enter the housing units from both sides. So here I have a short animation of the build-up of the structure. So you see the table structure piercing through the piece of heritage, and then the support structure based on cross-laminated timber standing on top of the table structure. So you see there is an inner core and an outer structure. And in this, you could also see the flickering of the colors, which represents the adaptability of the support structure inside. So these colors, they represent the verkaveling, or the separation of the support structure in different households. And this is what a single household could look like. So you have the entrance, a big shelf with a bathroom inside, and a living space with a bed. So that would suit perfectly as a single household studio. Or we could add 3 different, 3 pixels, where we could add another bedroom. So we'd have 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, and an open living space. Or even more interesting forms, just to create your special dream house. And that's the fun part about this system, that it actually allows everybody to create their own beautiful dream livings, or just adjust it to their needs, while all being in the same structure. So here you have the animation of the different dwellings in the same structure. So so that was the main part of the graduation project. And now I would like to take you to some of my realized projects, the micro lofts, and using the plus shelving system that are based on actually the theories of my graduation project. So the microloft project is similar to the graduation project, in that sense that there is kind of a support structure, which is actually also, in this case, a piece of heritage, and that we wanted them to transform the floors into studio apartments. And the idea was to strip down the floors and to create one piece of furniture in the middle that actually has the various functions, like a kitchen and a bathroom, but also divide the studio apartments into different rooms. So here you could see the floor plan, where you would enter on the left into the living space. In the middle, there is the piece of furniture with the kitchen and the bathroom and different storage space. And on the right, the bedroom. So this piece of furniture is made up of different modules. And these modules, they are constructed out of a CNC produced timber parts. They all come together with limited fasteners. All the details and the connections are based on friction fit, but obviously you have to secure these things, otherwise they will suddenly fall apart. So there are limited fasteners, but they are just easily fastened with a simple screwdriver. So the system is parametric, so all modules could be altered and are slightly different, while the system remains the same. So here you have an overview of all the different modules of which the piece of furniture is built up of. So on the top you would have a simple, you have more like wardrobe, shelves, while at the bottom you see the kitchen cabinets. And here actually in the middle one, slightly to the left, that's my favorite one. It's a special one with a washing sink and a mirror with incorporated light. And this is an axonometry of how all those different modules are put together to form the big piece of furniture. And I also created an animation of what the process is. So here you have the stock material being CNC'd into different parts, then delivered on site in a flat pack and put together on site by just 2 people in only 3 days, attaching all the modules. And yeah, here's a picture of the assembly process. As I said, I did it together with friends and my girlfriend here, standing here. It actually took us, with a team of only 2 people, 3 days per apartment to realize. So that's a huge gain compared to ordinary construction techniques. And there is also the big advantage of having finishings already in the piece of furniture itself. So I created a time-lapse video of the construction, which I would like to show you. I tested the video yesterday, so I hope you could all see it quite clearly. So obviously it was a lot of fun to design something based on your own theories and then actually construct it and put it together. It was a rewarding moment, but also you are at the same time evaluating the system. And actually the most difficult part is that you all the parts, they are fabricated in the CNC factory, and they are all delivered to on site. But all the parts, they look so similar. The entire piece of furniture is constructed out of over 350 unique parts, while they all look very similar. So we came up with an idea to create a QR code, a QR tag that is placed on every part. And we actually linked that QR code to a digital assembly guideline. So we could always find back where each part was supposed to go in the end. So that saved a lot of time and putting apart and putting back together the modules. So here's a picture of the final result. I think it's speaks quite for itself. This is the one with a black finish, and as I said, we did 2 apartments. So one we did in black and one we did in white. This is a photo of the piece from the bedroom, where you could see the kitchen on the right and the bathroom on the left. There's also several sliding doors incorporated into the piece. And here you could see the addition in white. We also designed some fun storage box units that go with it, that are placed here on the bottom 2 levels. Here you can see a perspective and see the kitchen more in detail. Here's the addition in black with the kitchen, with custom doors. And here's a close-up of the bathroom. So the bathroom consists of a cabinet with the installations and space for a washing machine in the back. On the left, you see a toilet and a shower. And on the right, you see the washing sink with the mirror and the incorporated lines. So yeah, that was something I would like to share with you. So thank you. And if you're interested, please visit my website or follow me on Instagram. And yeah, hope to receive some questions. And thank you.
Thank you, Nick. I will ask everyone to switch on its camera and first give a big applause to